looking
Yep.
at. You got a nice fast game for me. Oh, it actually is. I consider any
Um,
VOD under
so
30
this was a
pretty fast.
weird game because I actually had someone watch me play it. It was one of the mods, Lysandrin. He was mentioning I was actually just farming way too much, and
I
I
will
should have
see.
been ganking more.
We will see. I mean, I have told you in the past that you've done a good job of getting your lead, and then you do a bad job pushing it, right? And usually, if you're farming too much, that means you're not pushing it. So we'll see. Here, always do Gromp after, because I know you do this innovate often, so you're gonna be in this position a lot. Always do when you do red raptors, do Gromp, because Gromp will hit level 3, blue won't hit level 3.
Really? Oh, okay. That's
Yeah,
odd.
no, that's been like this for 5+ years. That's how it's always been. Like back in the
Okay.
nowadays, it's in modern league, everyone just full clears. In OG league, I would say OG. I'm talking about season 8 to season 12. I want to say, or I'll say 11. These 3 years, the
Hmm.
meta path. Like now, the meta path is red, Krugs, Raptors like this, or other way around. It would be blue, ground pool, Raptors, Krugs, red. This is the meta now, right? Every game, every jungle. From season 8 to season
Yeah.
11, the meta for most jungles was red Raptors Gromp bot gank, because red Raptors Gromp gives you level 3. So the fastest possible, so it was the fastest possible path to have double buffs and gank bot level 3. The fastest possible is red Raptors Gromp. The second fastest for just one buff is just red Krugs Raptors bot or blue Gromp Wolves bot, right? But the fastest
Hmm.
with double buffs is red Raptors Gromp bot. Um, the equivalent would be like blue Gromp Raptors bot, but you're not then you're missing red buff, you know.
Yeah. So
But
would I do this if I took two camps and I have the red already or blue?
what do you mean? It's just red Raptors Gromp.
Yeah, so I'd only do it in this scenario though, right?
Yes,
Otherwise, you would start on blue if I was just full clearing normally or whatever.
yes, because there's this combination. To get level 3, you need a combination of these camps. You need to get either both buffs. That's option A.
Hmm.
Of three, you need to get Krugs or a Gromp. So for example, so you need either two buffs, or you need a Gromp, or you need a Krugs. What does that mean? That means
Okay.
you don't get level 3 if you do Blue Wolves Raptors. Because Blue Raptors isn't double buffs, isn't Gromp, isn't Krugs. Blue Wolves Raptors will not hit level 3. You'll be level 2 90%. Or if you
Hmm.
do Red Raptors, actually, sorry, you don't need the double buffs. Don't do nothing. You need a sorry, I take it back. It's even simpler to understand. You need either a Gromp or a Krugs at level 3. For if you're only doing 3 camps, you need one. You need either a Gromp or a
Yeah,
Krugs.
that's what I was just thinking about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Sorry, you need either a Gromp or a Krugs. Otherwise, you're not level 3. So if you do Blue Raptors Wolves, you want level 3. If you do sorry, sorry, one more time. If you do Red Raptors Wolves, you will not hit level 3. If you do Red
Hmm.
Raptors Blue, you won't hit level 3. If you do Red Krugs Blue, you will hit level 3. If you do Red Krugs Raptors, you will level 3. If you're only doing 3 camps, you need either a Gromp or a Krug to hit level 3. It's impossible in any other combination. So what else other
Yeah.
combinations can we think of? If you do blue wolves into wolves, you want level 3. If you do red raptors, you want level 3. Right? You need either a Gromp or a Krug if you're doing 3 camps. In this case, so you're doing red, raptors, blue. That's not a Gromp or a Krugs, so you'll not hit level 3, which you didn't, right? That's why in this case you do the Gromp instead, and you would level 3, and then obviously you're just going to be doing the blue faster because you're a higher level. But now you're going to do this, and now you're going to be doing the entire Gromp level 2. Make sense?
Wouldn't my camps be able to sync then, though? Is the only issue?
No, you'll just do Gromp into wolves, and then blue.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, I see what you're saying now. Got it. Oh, well, you're saying Gromp into blue into wolves, and I'm like, that doesn't make
No,
sense.
just do Gromp wolves blue,
Yeah, okay.
and it's synced, and then it's all, and also this entire clear will just be faster because you're hitting instead of hitting 2 camps at level 2, you're hitting 1 camp level 2, right?
Yeah. Like, even a Z, I could technically gank, right? Instead of just going to my camps.
And now you got
Because
two
I know
camps, yeah.
level 3 is my huge spike, right? For me.
You don't have a spike yet because you haven't based A, and B, it's Z. So remember the Chad Jungle rules of the 4 rules of skipping camps to gank. It's hard. Like
Hmm.
Z is low and slightly pushing, but he's very mobile, and we have no CC or no like easy land CC because he has W, right? So if you see this guy like
Yeah.
W forward and flash forward, then we can go for the gank because then he's pushing low and he has no mobility. But right now, I think if you W and flash up, ganking this guy is literally impossible. And if you go for a gank, Because this guy, we know the jungle's on bot side, right? Because he has no top camps.
Yep.
So this guy's on blue right now. Imagine he's on blue, and now you're ganking wolves to mid from above. I see him in jungle. I'm going blue to your red instantly. And if he takes your red and your Krugs, well now he's even because he only took 2 of his, right? So
Mhm.
then you really want to get these camps off the map before taking a risk, which is what you do. Which
I
is
just feel like I'm not having a big enough impact early on. I think is the issue.
well, you should be able to
Because
find impact. Like this is just we're just too like again you want to get strong, right? And then use your lead to impact the map. That's what right. But you haven't based
yeah.
yet, so you're not strong yet. Get strong and then impact, but you don't skip steps. You don't just go straight to impact, right? It's get strong then impact. Until you base and get these better items, you're not strong yet. You know, you're strong when you base.
Mhm.
Okay, now you're strong, but here when you want to gank the Zed here, you're not strong yet. You're level 3, right? Soul Lander's a level 4. So I think everything
Mm.
full clear, gank bot. This is all great. Now let's see what you do.
Oh, with the bot wave, by the way, he pinged for me to push it out. Should have I just done that or just leave it?
Yeah, push. I mean, that's why I said it. I don't know if you're for this session right before. My
Yeah,
rule
I
on
heard.
pushing waves, yeah, because if he wants you to push, as jungler, you will basically always happily push because it's just free gold and free XP, right? Like you'd
Yep.
be smile on your face. You're getting more gold, more XP. You literally hit level 5 with this wave. You'd have the biggest smile on your face ever. For example, if, getting 2 minions there, you'd be able to buy a dagger right now, right? If all your camps are up, you'd be like, damn, if I push, I might get my camps taken. That might suck. But in this case, all your camps are down, so you're gonna be just sitting at this ground for 10 seconds anyways, doing fucking nothing, right?
Yep.
So yeah, I'd happily base. Oh, 1 second.
The easy indicator is always your timers. Like you were like when you were in that mid but like that middle bush, you had 38 seconds on Grump because it's super staggered from the previous invade, right? So
Mhm.
you're always anchored to your camp timers. So your window was a lot bigger than you thought it was.
So what? The window is typically like 10 seconds before the second camp spawns.
Um, well, the window it just talks about the window is how much free time do you have to do something before you're obligated to be somewhere. So I'm talking about your window of free time. Your window of free time was big because your camp timer was 40, 38, 40 seconds away. You're still
Hmm.
in that window of I can still do stuff.
Sorry, my cat used the bathroom. If I didn't clean up,
Okay.
I would
Yeah.
suffocate the entire rest of the review. Okay, full clear down again. Taking spot. We come here to we get a cleanup kill. You win this. Press E. Yeah. So now you can push this wave in. Now you left. You should push this wave in, but it's fine. I guess he didn't ping us. That's fine. Just go Krugs. Now you level 16. Now just base here, right? You have Recrix with 775, right? And you know when his red spawned because you have a timer on it, right? Like you killed it, so you see his red
Yep.
spawns in 25, 20, 15, 10, 7. You see his red just spawn or his bad spawn, right? So I would just base right now, and then just run straight to his red buff, right?
It's not too late to just run.
No,
Because I know with the rule of Raptors you taught me was like I have to be there instantly, so that's not necessarily the case sometimes with Red and Krugs.
nah, it's not. It's sorry. It's even then. I remember I was telling you. It's just the better. I said like the better you're there earlier. Like the earlier you're there, the better, right?
Hmm.
There's very little entirely. It's not just jungle. Very little things in league that the word half is there. Like there's actually it's like IRL. It's like IRL, bro. You have human will, bro. You could just fucking level 1 gank mid and just be 20 seconds late to your red, and like you can still win the game. You know. Um,
Yeah.
you can fucking it's like human will. You could literally leave the call right now and go naked to the grocery store. Like you can do whatever the fuck you want. So the earlier you're out of the red, the higher chance it's still up. Yes, but even if let's say you get there and he just finished the red buff, well then you could just invade the Raptors. Then there's no way he does red and the Raptors and Krugs right before you get there. Like there's not enough time, human time in the fucking mathematically to do all those camps. Maybe you get there and he does red, right? Most likely also when you come to let's say you have all your entire top side up, do you go straight to blue or do you go like Gromp blue wolves or wolves Gromp blue or Gromp wolves blue? It's very rare you run straight to blue, right? Usually it's like Gromp then wolves then blue or wolves then Gromp then blue. Or with red, it's like usually
Yep.
do you go straight red or do you go Krugs red Raptors or Krugs Raptors red or Raptors Krugs red, right? It's very rare you run straight to red buff. So there's a chance there that this guy like bases here, same as you, and then just runs like to his red Krugs and then runs to red, and then as he walks into red, Oop, I was in the bush, right?
Mhm.
So that's why there's always chances for this. And even now, you actually only need Krugs because you actually have Recrex right now. It's 675, so you have Recrex, right? So you actually base right now, and you'll be same time as him because he's basing right now, guaranteed, right? And you're basing right now, so you just make it straight there. And I know it's slightly closer to his jungle because it's in his jungle, but you also are faster champ because of your Qs. And let's say he's there 5 seconds faster, he doesn't kill red buff in 5 seconds, does he? So if anything, but you get there as he's finishing, as the red buff's like probably half HP, and then you're even in a better position to like smite it away, right?
Mhm. Yeah, I
What's the
think I'll go for a gank here.
1 second, sorry. Sorry, that's something stuck. Um, because
Good.
but the question is, if you don't want to base on good as red, what's the alternative here? Let's gank again a Zed that has no W. Like and also we have no idea if any of this is warded. We have no sweeper, so there's any ward anywhere here. He'll just back up and then just W under tower. So if your argument is, oh, I don't want to invade red because what are the chances? Because there's a chance that you might get there and it's dead already. So you don't want to go because it's not guaranteed, is what you're saying. But then I'm gonna say no to that to go for another play, which is definitely not guaranteed as well, right? At least my plan. Let's say both don't work. This play doesn't work. Sorry, this play does not work. Plus this play doesn't not work. This is still better. Even if both plays don't work, it's still better because then you're full. You come at least with my play. You're basing, so you're gonna be full HP with all your money spent. So then if this play doesn't work, now you could just pivot and okay, I'll go back to my blue to crab and to blue, and like at least now you're high tempo because you got your base off, right? But if this play doesn't work, well now you're fucked because now you're low tempo. Now you're on base with 1,000 gold with your camp spawning, you're across the map from your camps because you're technically bot side right now, and your camp spawning or top side camp. So even if both plays don't work, my play doesn't work, your play doesn't work, at least my play puts myself in a good position for the next play after that, right? But your play right now is putting yourself in a bad position for whatever the next thing on your plate is going to be. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because I just came here because I saw him half HP basically, and I
Mhm.
knew I have a knock up. That was my train of thought. But then like he does this,
Yeah, which
and
is
I'm like, where the fuck did he go?
what every Zed is going to do, you know? He just W'd on our tower. That's it. He threw his W to under tower, and then he walked up and then just took the W, you know? And then you end up playing for this invade anyways. But if you had based and then did this, you'd have 4 items. And now instead of having to leave, you'd just be able to fight Viego to the death here. But now you're scared of him because you know he's up items. So normally you'd be even items here, and I think your champ's a
Mhm.
stronger level 6 champ than his champ is, right? Not level 6, but just like early game, right?
Yeah.
So I think this is really a perfect example. I think you would probably kill him, or at least take his like more of his camp, either his red or his Krugs or something, and that would start your snowball, you know. At this point, why did you base your 200 gold? Your not 200, sorry. Your 300 gold from item, but you have 300 gold up. Like Gromp, Wolves, Raptors gives you Kraken, right? So at this point, you've already overstayed. You're already down tempo. So there's two ways to play
Mhm.
League. It's either A, it's low tempo where you're slow on the map, but you're playing greedy. So option A is you're not you're not everywhere because you're playing greedy, which means you're like not recalling perma. You're staying on map with a lot of money. But the upside of this is you're gonna be able to base on a bigger item spike because you're just on the map more, so you're collecting more money. Because if you're basing less, you should be in theory collecting item more. Because when you're in base, you can't farm minions, but when you're on the map, you should be able to farm minions or camps or something, right? So option A is low tempo and you're more greedy. Option B is the complete opposite, is not greedy, and you're farming less, but you should be able to get more plays on the map because you are simply stronger on the map because you're basing more often for more items, and more items you have, the more confident you'll be to force fights, right? So in this case, if you compare you and Viego, he based after the bot fight, you didn't, so he's already playing high tempo. So any fight in the map right now is losing for you. If you force a top 2v2, it's losing because he has stronger items. Mid 2v2 losing, bot 3v3, same logic. He has stronger items than you because he based and you didn't. So if you're already behind in the sense of like map play and map pressure, then at the very least you have to be ahead in something else, which is okay. He might be ahead right now, but I'll guarantee you I'll have Kraken first because well he's spending all his time pressing 8 seconds to being, and then 20 seconds walking to his camps. I'm just on the map doing my camps, right? So since you've
Mhm.
already elected, so that's why I said either base earlier here, right, was right here. Now you can match Viego, and you could both be playing option A. You could both be playing you could both be playing option B, the high tempo on the map, ready to fight, full HP, all money spent. Or once you stay here, now I think you just commit to the bit. And just be greedy, and if you base on full Kraken, you're just saying, okay, you're gonna be stronger now, but I'll be stronger a minute from now, and then that's when it'll be my moment to strike. Make sense?
Yeah, so if I'm like even 400 or 500 gold away from my item, just greed it and go for
If
the
you have camps up,
camps.
like here,
Get it.
let's say all 6 camps of you are down, blues down, Gromp down, wolves down, raptor, and none of these camps are down like spawning soon. Then sure, base, because like you like I can't say be greedy for your item if you have no way to get your item, right?
Get the gold.
But in
Yeah.
this case, you have blue up, Grompa, wolves up, and by the time and then raptors are up in 10 seconds, obviously, right? So
Yep.
it is a bit situational. But this makes sense.
Yep.
Good base now. Now we have Kraken. Now you should be quite confident. Now I feel like you should. Before I haven't felt like you should be forcing once this game. Like I know going to the VOD you felt like you're low pressure. Now once this game, I feel like you missed opportunities to fight because you want to fight when you're stronger. And you didn't have you were never stronger. Uh,
Yeah,
now
because I don't.
besides that
Sorry,
red
because it
debate.
feels like right now, it feels like I need my Kraken to be strong.
Hmm.
To feel strong at least.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know if I'm wrong about that or what.
I think if Viego was 0-0, you'd be wrong. But since Viego randomly got like a bunch of freebies, now you needed the Kraken because like Viego's just gotten random kills, right? But if Viego didn't, then you wouldn't need Kraken. But since he has Kraken, you need Kraken too. That's just how that works, right? I think the only missed opportunity you had this game was that red buff example, which we've already talked about, obviously.
Yep.
You show up here for the fight. The fight ends as you get here. It's unfortunate. Nothing you could do. Clear up. You get Zillion Flash. That's good. You get solo killed. Clear down now. Think it's red. Don't think you could fight. You have 1,000 gold. This is bad. You should overstay. Like if you were here earlier, you already won. Like you already got the objective. You already got the thing. Now you want to spend your 1,000 gold.
Mm.
And then now you'll once you base and get your money. Because also you could tell he just came from base. Because like there's no way he came from like wolves and wrapped around. Like if he's coming from this direction, he just came off base, right?
Yeah.
So you know you don't even have to press tab to look at his items. You should already know off rip, guaranteed, he has stronger items. Just because he just came off base, so that means he just spent all his money, and you see you have 1,000 gold, so you haven't spent your money in a while. So it's really like you could be 4-0 and he could be 0-0, and he definitely has better items than you, just because you haven't spent your money, and you know he
Yeah.
has. It's not maybe. So in this case, you know you're weak. If he has better items, what does that mean? That means you're weaker. And if he's weaker, why stay around to fight? You could have left 10 seconds ago, right?
Yep.
So I think here you only got your flash burned because you stayed around, and then Xerath died just because you stayed around. So I think actually Yon died. So I think, and then funny enough, Xerath died to Viego. So I think you actually killed. I think you actually killed both of these guys, and you got your flash burn. So this is actually there's one thing to be
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm not being influential enough. There's one thing when you're doing up like people are trying to jump to steps in this game. Step one in League, or we could call it step zero, is don't lose your team in the game. That like the steps to climbing. Step zero is just don't lose. It's not force plays, not get leads. Step one is just don't lose to yourself. I mean like forcing bad ganks, putting your teammates in bad positions where they die. Step one is then like gather a lead, right? Right? Then it's you like use your lead. Step two, like use it. And step three is then like don't throw your lead, right? These are like the steps. Uh,
Mm.
we're already like step zero is like we're asking like how do we push our lead? Like no, we gotta like make sure we first we have to like acquire the lead, you know? Like, we don't even have a lead on this fight. He's 3-0, you're 1-0. I would say you're still around equal with him, you know? So step one, don't lose to yourself, and then try to acquire your lead, and then we'll try to use our lead. Here, you ask like, oh, I'm not using my lead enough. There's not been a single second in this game you've had a lead except for like level 1, but that was like you took as Raptors and red. That's only 2 camps. That's 200 gold. That's less than a dagger. Like unless you had a dagger lead, congrats, you know. Um, but this is obviously really bad. Mid die, top die. He takes your blue buff, and the red buff you just took, he just took it back. You know. Um, and then now you died. So now I think the game's literally like completely fucked, right? Um, but I don't know. I think the early game was fine from you. You were just farming up. There, like obviously, I'd prefer to get ganks as Belveth, but I didn't see. I don't know about you. I personally didn't see any gankable lanes, right? Mid's ungankable because of
Yeah.
his W. Top's ungankable because it's Zillion on her tower. Only lane that's gankable is bot, and you literally came bot to help out, right? Like you did all you could for bot lane. It was
Mhm.
actually unfortunate. Both times you came bot lane, they died before you got here. You came bot lane, and as you're about to kill Twitch, Zerg gets a kill. Second time you go ball in, you're about to get the kill again, and then I think literally the exact same happened. What was it? It was right. It was here. You were going ball in, and as you show ball in, this guy just as you're showing up, Mel kills him, and the other guy bar tunnels away. Right. So mid's ungankable, top's ungankable, and the 2 times you go ball in, they die as you get there. It's actually just unlucky, and I don't use the word unlucky often in my coaching.
Mhm.
I genuinely think the only 2 mistakes you've done this game is you should have invaded his red buff earlier, and then you
Yeah.
should have left instantly after you invaded this red buff. Besides that, I think this is. I'm not gonna use the word perfect, but it's been near perfect.
I
Uh,
played well enough. Yeah.
yeah. Um, and sometimes the cookie crumbles, but I do think that. And then now this is when we make like third mistake already. And
Yeah.
sometimes and then but yeah. So I do think we could have potentially snowballed if we like killed him on the red buff or something this game. But then
Mhm.
once we die here, it's a bit fucked up. Now every lane's losing. Mid lost, top lost, jungle's lost. I think Balling's the only lane that's kind of chilling, but even then it's like not by much.
Yeah. So with like the ganking conditions, I thought like one of the conditions was low health and then stunned because I have both of them, right?
Mhm.
Technically.
Yeah.
So why did you say not go for that play for Zed then? Is it just
He's
the
a
fact
bit.
that he has so much mobility?
Yeah, he's a bit too mobile.
Okay.
And also, it's like like I just had those rules because it's like really simple. If we had to be like really like more specific with the rules, like more detailed with it, it's like
Mm.
your CC, if they're really mobile, your CC gets canceled out unless it's hard CC. So for example, if you're playing Vi, his mobility, aka his W, doesn't matter because your ult will just follow his W, right? But Bella W
Okay.
is not following ZW, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So like that's why it's like if they're really mobile, in this case, like your CC gets completely canceled out, right? Um,
Yeah.
if that makes sense. If this guy was
No, it
like,
makes sense. Yeah.
yeah, and also the rule is for like skipping camps again. Here, I don't mind this just because you had no camps up. I only minded this because I wrapped because I like the red invade as a potential option, and I like this because and I also don't like this just because you contradict yourself when you gave your excuse. I don't like red buff because it's not guaranteed the camps there. Well, this is also not guaranteed, so that's the only reason why it's like it's just contradictory
Would
statement,
this
right?
be fine though if like I was just like trying to get to red as fast as possible, so I just like ran at him and hit him and then like ran to red?
Uh,
Or you
yeah,
think just take the safe path?
no, it would be okay if you didn't need items to fight red, but in my head, I think you need a base for item here to fight him red, because if you don't base for this Recrex, then you will just lose the
Mm.
red invade because he'll be stronger than you. But if you,
Because he'll be stronger with more items. Yeah.
yeah, but if like let's say like for some reason this guy's like 0-3 and he has a single longsword in his inventory, then yeah, you don't need then yeah, you could literally just run here and then just like then you don't need a base because obviously Hardbound Axe is stronger than longsword, right? And then you could just then your idea is perfect. Run through mid here. If he dies to the gank, he dies. If he doesn't die, I'll just run through mid here and I'll just run straight into his red buff right now, right? But right now you can't do that because you're half HP and he's full because he based, and you have weaker items.
Yeah.
But if he was like again 0-4 and he for some reason at the 6-minute mark literally had like a single longsword in his inventory, then yeah, sure, fuck it. This is completely fine to do. If anything, you could argue it's better because it forces mid prio for your invade, you know?
Mm.
But yeah, I think the game just fell apart from those like 3 mistakes I called out. Any questions? But I think at this point, once we get to like when you die to Raptors, I'll go back to here. I mean, you have 3 losing lanes, you're losing dragons. I mean, you have bounties at 14 minutes. Bounties only come up when you're down 5k gold, for example. So you're literally down 5k gold at 14. It's so fucked up.
Yeah, because I think from this point onwards, I try to get my next item, try and force something, and just nothing happens.
Yeah, I mean, that point